Oh my goodness, I'm freaking out. I just got an email that said I didn't meet good academic standing for the quarter, and I do not know what this means.
Okay. Well, students are in good academic standing anytime their cumulative or term GPA is a 2.0 or higher. So if your GPA is below 2.0 and a 1.5, then that means you're in academic probation. And a GPA, if it's below 1.5 GPA, then that would mean subject to disqualification.
So I'm getting kicked out of UCSD.
If it's your first quarter in academic difficulty, then definitely not. But it's important to consider what might have been some of the factors that led to academic difficulty for this quarter. So, for instance, was it maybe time management, adjusting to UCSD? Was it meeting the challenges of certain expectations of the class? A lot of different questions to reflect upon.
To be honest, I don't really know how. I guess it could have been anything that you just listed.
Well, you'll have some time over the break to reflect and to think about things. And so, one handy tool that I recommend is our self assessment on our Muir website. And so, you can find this on our website, but also you can find it if you click on your academic notice as well. And so, with this assessment, it's a really great tool because it can begin helping you think about certain questions and highlight certain areas that might have impacted your academic progress from this quarter.
So, what else can I do right now?
Well, ideally, you can adjust your schedule to 12 to 15 units, so that way it just allows you the time and the space to try out different strategies for next quarter. And ideally, you can consider repeating courses that are sequential. So, for instance, if you didn't pass Chemistry 6A, I would advise taking it for next quarter instead of trying to move on to Chemistry 6B.
Look, I heard everything that you just said, but I'm really worried about repeating courses. I need to graduate in 4 years.
Well, I can understand how you might think that way, but if we look at the sample academic plans, there is some flexibility in many of these plans. Also, some students consider taking courses over the summertime, so that also helps them stay on track as well with their graduation goals. But right now, what I strongly encourage you to focus on is what we're doing right now to help with next quarter, and then we can check in again about your graduation plan.
Honestly, I'm not even sure what major I want to be.
Well, that's a good question to ask of ourselves because perhaps this could be a good chance to consider whether or not our choice of major feels like the best fit for us here at UCSD, or whether or not there might be another major that best fits like our interests and our needs. And so, one handy resource to be able to check out is our Muir Undeclared Resource page. And so, this Undeclared Resource page has a lot of different resources in terms of assessing, and exploring different types of majors, as well as considering, what would be your next steps in starting that discussion with yourself. So it doesn't mean that you have to change your major right now checking out this resource. It just means this can be a starting point for exploring that idea of a choice of major. That's one of the factors impacting your academic success here.
Well, that was a lot to take in.
Yeah, it can be a lot of information. What is helpful for some students is breaking it down into tangible goals. So you'll have time over the break, right? So maybe set aside 10 to 20 minutes each day to look at the information that we talked about, check out some of the resources, and then already begin reflecting on some of your goals for next quarter.
So, after I finish all of this, can I come back and check with you?
Absolutely. I would love to see you again in walk ins. And so definitely check out our walk in hours for next quarter. We have it available on our Mirror website, but we also have them on our weekly newsletter as well, Mirror Advice. And then one last thing before you go, I also want to let you know just a friendly reminder that on your academic notice, there are a lot of great resources highlighted in your notice. So think of that as a homework item for next quarter is checking out some of these resources to see if they might be helpful for your academic success for the next quarter.
Wow, thanks for all this information.
You're welcome.